3 years ago, I began posting videos on healthy alcohol alternatives. Some of them blew up, and so did the backlash. Turns out, some of what I said aged well, and some not so much. In case you're new here, hi, I'm Nick Urban, founder of Outliyr.com, where I get to help high achievers like you optimize your health and performance span through bioharmony. Let's get started. Why did I create those videos to begin with? Well, over the last 6 or 7 years, I've started consuming less alcohol, but not wanting to miss out on the social aspects that usually went along with my consumption. Even in my peak alcohol consumption period, I wanted to mitigate the downsides, to cap some of the toxicity or reduce it however I could through strategic use of supplements, ingredients, lifestyle habits, and other things so that my biology could better handle these longer debaucherous nights. If you want to know some of my tools and resources and what I used to cap the downsides of alcohol, I recorded another video that you can access right here and an article that I update frequently. One of the big issues for me was there was a serious decline in my performance and my biomarkers for several days after just one night of drinking. So naturally, I looked at what other substances out there can replicate and mimic some of the effects of alcohol. Nothing's perfect, but surely there are things that are close. And one of the more popular products is a combination of 2 ingredients that came in a little bottle, and indeed, when used moderately, no more than a couple times per week, that actually makes a fantastic alternative to alcohol, provided that your personality and your genetics and epigenetics can handle it. Although I'm a fan of this ingredient, I'm now going to be more wary of disclaimers and discouraging use for anyone with a personality that's more prone to substance abuse. Also, a lot of these ingredients do have some solid science backing them up, and not all of them do for recreational use. These days, I prefer have a long, meaning 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 years history of use in which they've been seen to be safe repeatedly. Some of the newer molecules don't have that, so I'm a bit more hesitant around those. Nonetheless, there's still some great options out there under that category as well. Alcohol really does have all kinds of detrimental effects on pretty much every biological system, and the function of those biological systems when consumed above a minuscule amount, from the oral microbiome to the throat, to the gut, to the microbiomes around the body, to the brain, obviously the liver, and then functional outcomes such as sleep quality and sleep architecture, immunity, athletic performance, you name it. If you've made it this far, go ahead and drop a comment below with your favorite non-alcohol product or ingredient. I have my list, which you're about to hear, and I'm curious what worked best for you so far. Over the last 3 years, we've been hearing a lot about different chemicals, microplastics, nanoplastics, and things in our environment that are negatively impacting our health. Now it's time to take that same fine-tooth comb and apply it to functional beverages and alcohol alternatives. These days, you can even take a picture of not the front of the product, but the back label, and make sure you include the other ingredients section. Plug it into AI and ask it, based on what you see in this image, what are the potential benefits and upsides of this ingredient profile, and what are the red flags or things I should be wary of before consuming it. That'll help you make a better, more informed decision whether or not the product's right for you. Another change I've made since recording the initial videos is that when I work with people, I now help them understand why it is that they're drinking. If it's for a social reason, it's for unwinding after work, it's for something entirely different, because even a green, very clean, functional drink is still symptom management if you're not addressing or at least aware of what's causing the issue to begin with. But beyond that, I now am using other technologies and devices and tools to help shift my nervous system into a mode that's more conducive. And best of all, when combined with the drinks, it has a greater effect profile with fewer side effects. All right, now some of the products, the ingredients, and substances that I'm currently using as healthy alternatives to alcohol. First up, and something that very few people discuss, is the primary active ingredient in magnolia bark called dihydrohinosyl B, or DHHB for short. And it's regularly put up against some extremely powerful relaxation drugs, and it performs similarly to them, but without a lot of the side effects. It's non-addicting, and it doesn't cause the same level of impairment, but it's great for reducing stress and for socialization. Another is a plant medicine called Kanna, K-A-N-N-A, and that is a substance that's considered an empathogen, meaning a heart opener, really good for mood. Again, it's pitted against some of the most popular mood-enhancing drugs on the market and performs fantastically. It also encourages pro-social behavior, has a good risk tolerance, but you just need to make sure you get a real product that is standardized to, I think it's about 5% mesembryns, because you need to make sure you're getting enough of the active ingredient in a therapeutic dose to actually notice anything. Along the same line is a plant that's common in the functional space called saffron. And if you're looking at mood boosting, this is yet another one that shines there. And like the others, there's plenty of research showing that it performs fantastically, again, against some of the mood-enhancing drugs that are common in the market. I'll let you read between the lines there. And if you go for it, the patented Afron version of saffron is the best to make sure you're actually getting what you pay for. Then the others are kava, and I still use that one pretty often. It is not addicting and it does not cause liver damage, contrary to popular belief. If you want to learn more about that specifically and why it's an awesome alcohol alternative, perhaps my favorite, I'll let you check out this video up here. Then we have hard ketones. Well, that's the brand actually. It's an ingredient called R13-butanediol, and you'll see some companies sell that for performance reasons, but really it's clear from the actual research that this molecule specifically is not for performance. In fact, the diol part of the name, 1,3-butanediol, means that it's an alcohol. And some of the research shows that it displays some of the same behavioral changes that alcohol does, such as euphoria or impaired coordination. If you look it up on AI, it'll tell you that it's an ingredient in paint solvent and paint thinner and other industrial applications, and it's a bit misleading. It's safe for human consumption, at least the clinical trials so far have shown that, and it's non-toxic. Other ingredients in paint thinners include things like water, sometimes enzymes, and those are not dangerous to humans either. So it's a bit deceptive to just call it that. If you want to learn more about my experience and see how that compares and contrasts to some of the other ingredients, check out this video. I've been using it for years and the taste has definitely improved since I recorded the video. Then we have one ingredient, perhaps the most infamous ingredient, that is often paired with kava. And here's where I will insert my disclaimer. If you have an addictive personality, do not touch this substance. Do not use any products that contain it. And it is called kratom. It's a naturally occurring plant in Southeast Asia, and it's used there for a variety of different purposes, including productivity, but it does work on the body's opioid system, especially when given at high dosage. So I cannot advocate consumption of it. Do your own research and steer clear if you have an addictive personality. Then we have one of the more popular ingredients you'll see in a lot of different functional beverages, and that is hemp. They can just help take that edge off and make unwinding and just sinking into a relaxed state that much easier. Really, one of the core pathways that a lot of these alcohol alternatives are working on is the brain's GABA pathway. GABA is considered the inhibitory, calming, relaxing neurotransmitter, and alcohol primarily works on the GABA receptors. So a lot of people consume oral GABA, and it doesn't work directly in the brain. It's actually metabolized in the gut, and that affects GABA levels in the brain unless you take that GABA molecule and you bind it to something like niacin, or you add a phenyl group to it to help it pass through the blood-brain barrier. The version that's bound with niacin is called nicotinyl GABA, or picomalone, and that's one that's a drug in certain countries, so abide by your laws. It's also sold as a supplement in others. It's one that I personally notice a big difference from and really like when used occasionally. But here's the thing, you're not going to want to combine most of these things with ethanol alcohol. You're setting yourself up for a bad night and potentially really serious consequences if you do, so avoid that. And before choosing any of these ingredients, again, it's really helpful to know why you're seeking them out to begin with. What is the state you want to enter? What are the effects you're looking for out of it? And from there, you can choose the right one. And once you get a little more advanced, you can play around with different combinations of them. What I personally like to do is take a drink of some kind, say a sparkling water, and if the ingredient permits, actually just put it inside the drink, or if not, take the capsule alongside the drink, sip the drink throughout the night. If you have a device like the Oura Ring or the Ultrahuman Ring, a lot of these can help you understand. If you want a more thorough list of all the different alcohol alternatives that I've tried and recommend, go ahead and check out the link in the description of this video. Because here's the thing, there isn't really a perfect alcohol alternative that gives you all of the feel-good effects without any of the downsides. But there are smarter ways to enjoy the night in a desirable state. Comment below what you're drinking these days or skipping. And until next time, be an outlier.